रसोऽहम् अप्सु कौन्तेय प्रभास्मि शशिसूर्ययोः प्रणवः सर्ववेदेषु शब्दः खे पौरुषं नृषु. Yet another important verse in Bhagavad Gita where Krishna says, not only is he appreciated as a person, because Krishna explained in the previous verse that ultimately he is a person. Mattaha parataram nanyat kinchit asti. There is no truth superior to me. But he is also appreciated. He can also be appreciated in things which are material, like some examples he gives here. Rasoham apsu kaunteya. O Arjuna, you can perceive me in water. How? Rasaha, the taste of water. Aham, I am that. Rasoham apsu kaunteya. Prabhasmi sasi shuryayoho. Shashi means moon, Surya means sun. Prabha, Prabha means the effulgence, the rays. Asmi, I am. The rays of the sun and the moon. The effulgence of the sun and the moon is me. Pranavaha sarva vedeshu. Of all the Vedas, in all the Vedas, I am the Pranava or the Omkara. That means all the Vedas are full of Krishna. If you derive anything other than Krishna, it is mistake. And Shabdaha Ke, Ke means sky. The Shabda in the sky is Krishna. Paurusham Nrushu, in the man, Nrushu, Paurusham means ability. If somebody has extraordinary ability, or any ability for that matter, is provided by Krishna, that is Krishna himself. So you see here, when a devotee or everybody for that matter has enough opportunity to remember Krishna, like every time you drink water, for example, you make that habit. Or Prabhupada says any liquid, extraordinary mercy of Prabhupada, the Acharyas. Even a drunkard, he is drinking some drink. He drinks, and if somebody told him, oh, the taste of water or any liquid comes from Krishna, he should remember Krishna. So there is every opportunity in that sense for everyone. The moment you remember Krishna, you're making advancement in Krishna consciousness. So there is no difficulty in awakening Krishna consciousness 24 hours a day. Because Krishna is there everywhere through these things. That is why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Sthavara Jangama dekhe, na dekhe tara murti. Sarvatra haya nija ishtadeve spurti. An advanced devotee, he sees Krishna 24 hours a day. Whether he sees movable things or inert things, he sees them nothing but as Krishna's transformation of his energy. Nothing is separate from Krishna. When you see a tree, the devotee knows that the tree is nothing but combination of two energies of Krishna. What are those? The material energy made of earth, water, air, fire, ether, mind, intelligence, false ego, and the spiritual energy, the living entity, the soul in the body of the tree. So like that, everything is energy of Krishna. Everything we see is just combination of these two energies of Krishna. So the devotee always sees Krishna. Oh, okay, this is also energy of Krishna. When you are in love for Krishna, you will only remember Krishna everywhere. So this is the vision of a Mahabhagavata. सर्वभूतेषु यः पश्येत् भगवद्भावमात्मनः भूतानि भगवति आत्मनि एष भागवतोत्तमः. What it means is sarvabhuteshu yah pasyet. In everything he sees, within every soul he sees sarvabhuteshu bhagavad bhavam. He sees the supreme personality. And he also sees bhutani bhagavati atmani. He also sees everybody in the Supreme Lord, in the sense, all things, everything is situated in his energy. So, not only for advanced devotees, as I said, even for neophytes, Krishna has given enough opportunity. They cannot say, I cannot see God. Many times people say, show me God. Here is God. Why are you so keen on seeing God with your eyes? Why don't you see God with your tongue, the taste of water? You know, everybody drinks water. Like when you are very thirsty and I want water, I want water. If somebody brings you milk, you wouldn't want to take the milk or any other liquid for that matter. You want to taste water. And then when you drink a big glass of water, then you feel so satisfied, isn't it? So pleasurable. Water has never tasted so much pleasurable when you when it is quenching your thirst. Why only water quenches your thirst? Because Krishna is there in the taste. That taste which quenches your thirst, that which makes you feel satisfied, the pure taste of water, that is Krishna. So you can see God like that. So if you simply practice this bhakti yoga, as soon as you taste water, oh, here is Krishna. Or as soon as you see sunshine, prabhasmi sesishuryayoho. Oh, here is Krishna. Moonshine, here is Krishna. Shabda hake, the moment you hear some sound in the sky, here is Krishna. In this way, if you remember Krishna at every step of your life, then Krishna is saying, you are the topmost yogi. See how topmost yogi is not, you don't have to go to Himalayas or to become to make big austerities, perform so many sacrifices and tapasyas. Simply thinking of Krishna, invoking Krishna in every aspect of our life, one becomes a topmost yogi. Then eventually one can see Krishna. So you have to see Krishna as Krishna is advising, not how you think. Why are you so hell bent on seeing Krishna as you are thinking? Why don't you see Krishna as Krishna directs you to see? Why do you manufacture? And eventually, when you are qualified, you can see Krishna face to face. Even if Krishna presents before you now, as Krishna was there 5,000 years ago, how many of them believed Krishna was the Supreme Personality of Godhead? Let's say I showed you, or somebody showed you. Here is Krishna. You wouldn't believe it because it is not possible unless you become qualified with love of Krishna. You will still make an excuse. No, 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 this is not Krishna. Then what is the use of seeing Krishna with your eyes? When Krishna was present, hardly few people, the Pandavas, Bhishma Dev, very selected devotees of the Lord, they were able to understand here is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Duryodhana could not accept Krishna even though he showed his universal form. So we should not depend on our demands or our own way of seeing God. We should see according to God's direction. And then eventually it acts as medicine. Gradually we become purified, our senses become purified, and then we can see God. So many materialists, they cannot understand this fact. But even big scientists, for example, Einstein is supposed to have said, the deeper one penetrates into nature's secrets, the greater becomes one's respect for God. So if you try to understand deeper and deeper the nature's secrets, your respect for God increases. Hey, how brilliant it is that the heart is beating, there is no engine, there is there is nothing in our explanation which can explain how the heart goes on beating, even though we are not doing consciously anything about it. And if you stop it, you're dead. How these blood corpuscles, they're all immediately coming to heal any wound in the body. Have you seen any machine? The moment it is damaged, automatically the parts will come, new parts will come, newer assembly will happen, paint will happen, the skin is getting wounded, everything. See how many nerves are there in the body. If you attach all of that, it will become, few kilometers. And how they are not even entangled in the body. In a few meters, we want to arrange a wire, so much entanglement. How the each cell is like a big city in itself. If you observe the actions of the cell, how the cell repairs are happening, how the proteins are being manufactured, how the food is getting digested, how the sugar is getting inside to give the energy out to the blood, to the cells. How in nature you see a big banyan tree. It all came from a small seed. Without that seed, there is no big banyan tree. That means the big banyan tree was actually there. The potency of that is there in the seed. Can you bring out banyan tree from that? From your own effort? The smell of a rose flower or any beautiful flower was there in the earth. Can you extract it? No, only by Krishna's process. The smell comes out in the flower when you sow the seed. It has the ability to take the smell from the earth. Every species you take, every body you take, they're designed especially for a particular purpose. Every species. However, the desire of the living entity is the tiger's body is made, the lion's body is made, the teeth are made so that it can easily cut the flesh and can easily digest that flesh, small intestine. So, like that, if you penetrate deeper into nature's secrets, the greater becomes one's respect for God. That's why another scientist said the first gulp of the natural science will make you an atheist because one drinks science and, oh, I can explain everything. We don't need God. But at the bottom of the glass, God is waiting, he says. That means the more you try to drink, the more bewildered you become. You cannot understand how this universe is functioning. So much complication. Precisely, it's working. There were two scientists. Actually, they they were from devotee background. They give the example of this hummingbird, ruby-throated hummingbird. This bird, it weighs less than 3 grams, and it that lives in the eastern part of North America. And at every year, it flies across the Gulf of Mexico to spend the winters in Mexico and Central America, a distance of 1,000 kilometers. Mind you, this bird weighs only 3 grams and it goes 1,000 kilometers without stopping for food or rest. And that flight takes 25 hours. And the hummingbird flaps its wings 75 times per second. Per second. 75 times. That means a total of more than 6 million continuous wing strokes. Where is the energy coming from? Must have come from that body. Some design was there. The hummingbird, it's called ruby throated hummingbird. It stores surplus fat during the period preceding migration, and it roughly doubles its weight to 6 grams. But how does it know when it is time to fatten itself? How does it know how to find its way accurately over 1,000 kilometers journey? Very accurate. There is no natural reductionist scientific explanations for this. The only reasonable explanation is God who resides in the heart of all creatures, Paramatma, is guiding them with a part of his own infinite wisdom. And then Krishna says, Pranavaha Sarva Vedeshu. I am the Omkara in the Vedic literature. So, if you see in Satya Yuga, there are 4 yugas. We are in Kali Yuga. In Satya Yuga, there was only one Veda, not 4 Vedas. Now we have 4 Vedas. In the beginning of Kali Yuga, this one Veda, sometimes they say it's Adharva Veda, some they say Yajur Veda, doesn't matter. That one original Veda was divided into 4: Rik, Sama, Yajur, and Adharva for the facility of human society. So in Satya Yuga, there was only one Veda and there was only one mantra, Omkara. And that same Omkara is manifest in the mantra Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So if that was the case, then why can't we chant Omkara also? So actually, unless one is a qualified Brahmana, one cannot utter Omkara. These Vedic sounds have to be uttered after careful practice and careful life, living a careful life according to the rules and regulations to get the desired result. If one lives like that of a Brahmana, Shamodamaha tapah shaucham kshantir arjavam gnanam vignanam astikyam, practicing chanting the Vedic mantras, living a austere life, truthful life, frugal life, simple life, studying scriptures like that, cultivating knowledge, duly initiated by a spiritual master. Then one is trained to chant the Vedic mantras, particularly the Omkara. It is just like, you know, why only very qualified people are allowed inside a nuclear reactor. Say, let's say if there is a nuclear reactor facility, only there is a scan. Okay, are you such and such person? Have you cleared these trainings? Have you done these compliances? And then there is a check every time. And then, okay, you are allowed to come inside. because operating that requires special qualification. If there is a misoperation, then it can wreak havoc, isn't it? As much as the potency for the energy, there is also the potency for damage. So the Vedic mantras have enormous potency, and they have to be chanted in a particular way and chanted by a particularly qualified person. If it goes in the hands of an unqualified person, it can wreak havoc. You see how Ashwadhama used Brahmastra? He did not know even to withdraw it. He used it for his ulterior purpose. He could not control his senses, could not evaluate how to use, when to use. So, like that, the properly qualified person has to chant. Then it will produce the benefit. But in Kali Yuga, Janmana Jayate Sudra. By birth, everybody is a Sudra. Samskarat Bhaved Dvija. By samskara, one becomes a Dvija, twice born, initiated. Brahmajanati iti Brahmana. Veda Patat Bhaved Vipra. By practice and by great samskara, one can become a Brahmana. But not everyone. In Kali Yuga, predominantly everyone is a Sudra by qualification. So therefore, we are unfit for pronouncing the Pranava Omkara. Therefore, for the masses of people, the Shastra recommended the chanting of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. That is why it is Maha Mantra. You don't have to become qualified to be a Brahmana. Like we go door to door to distribute books. We meet so many people from different backgrounds, not necessarily Indian Vedic background, Western background, Asian background, so many other backgrounds. They can hardly chant. Sometimes they cannot even pronounce Krishna properly. But we make them chant, they chant, and they get the benefit. Krishna is Bhavagrahi Janardana. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Namna Makari Bahudha Nija Sarva Shaktihi Tatrarpita Niyamita Smaranena Kalaha. So the speciality of Krishna's holy names is that there is no niyamita, there is no niyama that you have to follow, unlike the Vedic mantras. And every name is fully invested with the personal potency of Krishna. Krishna Purna Vapushe Namo Namaha. Krishna is fully manifest in his holy names. And particularly this Hare Krishna mantra, it means we are praying to Krishna and his personal internal potency of Krishna, Radharani. Hare means oh energy of Krishna. Hare Krishna, we are calling out for Krishna and his energy to engage us in his service. That is the purpose of chanting Hare Krishna mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And the purpose of Omkara also is same, is to address the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Tad Vishno Paramam Padam Sada Pashyanti Surayah. Like that. So if you are chanting Hare Krishna, and everybody can chant Hare Krishna, then the purpose of Omkara is already there. Only when you become qualified, then you can chant Omkara, but not needed. We are following the sampradaya given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When the doctor says you do this, you go and ask the doctor, oh, can I instead do that? No, what is given to you, you do it. By chanting Hare Krishna, one goes back to Godhead, develops love of Krishna, and engages eternally in service of Krishna. That's the perfection. We don't need anything else. Of course, if you are initiated as a Brahmana, performing deity worship, and assigned the duty of chanting Vedic hymns, performing Vedic sacrifices, then you can chant the Omkara mantras. The other reason why Omkara is also mentioned in the Vedic literature is because people, they are not they are not at the level of becoming devotee of Krishna, recognizing Krishna as God. They are envious of Krishna. The reason why we are in this material world is because we are envious of Krishna. And that envy has to be gone before one can go back to Godhead. So as long as you're envious of Krishna, if the name of Krishna is given, you will not appreciate and chant. And so for those people, especially they are called impersonalists. Okay, at least absolute truth is Om. You chant Om. That is enough. So okay, I can chant Om. I don't want to chant Krishna. But Om is Krishna. It is indirect way of they are getting benefit. But because they want to merge into that impersonal effulgence, Krishna will make them merge into his effulgence. But again, they have to fall down because there is no activity in that effulgence. And again, they have to wait to get in association with a pure devotee. And when they chant the holy name of Krishna, that's when they can enter into the realm of Goloka, where there is activity, there is pastimes, there is service. Then you will never fall. Yad gatva nanivartante tadhama paramam mama. So this is the reason why Omkara is also given. So the devotees, they chant the holy name. And those who understand in proper perspective, they can also chant the Vedic mantras. But the priority is given to chanting the holy name of the Lord, particularly the Hare Krishna mantra. And finally, Krishna also says, Paurusham Nrushu, I am the ability in man. That means it's all Krishna's mercy because even your own ability to endeavor is also Krishna's mercy. One should not think, oh, see, I am able to do this. I'm able to achieve this. You have some special gift that others don't have. One should think, oh, it is because of Krishna granting me this, I'm able to achieve. Otherwise, I am nobody. Any other questions anyone has or comments? Bhagavad Gita as it is ki jai, Srila Prabhu.